Welcome back. It's match week 35. Oh my goodness, it's the final stretch. And we have a very, very special guest for the final stretch. It's my boy Cody, all the way from New York. He flew in just to film this video.
Oh yeah, totally.
Just
Man.
to film this video, so we're happy to have him. Glad you're here.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, bro. I'm so excited to be here. I'm so excited to finally got on the channel.
He's been watching from the beginning.
Dude,
he's been watching from the beginning. He's brilliant. I'm going to go quickly give us a score update.
Yeah.
Your score to beat as a guest is 6. My dad still is at the top of the guest leaderboard, so that's your goal this game.
All right.
But for all of you listeners, watchers, me and Brock, after the chaos of the big match week we had, the makeup match week, me and Brock are tied 211 to 211. We have 4 match weeks left, and we are tied up.
Oh my days!
So let's bring it on. Let's bring it on, and let's get to the first fixture. Liverpool at West Ham to start us off. Go ahead and share your little spill on Liverpool real quick.
Well,
as an Arsenal fan, right?
Well, I personally am a massive Liverpool hater. I apologize to all the Liverpool fans out there, but I just have a vendetta against all the Liverpool fans.
And it's been a tough couple of weeks.
My days, yeah.
I mean,
really has.
They thought they were going to win 4 trophies, and in a matter of weeks, they're knocked out of the FA Cup, they're knocked out of the Europa League, and they've just dropped 2 games. 2 games in the last 3 match weeks, and now they find themselves really, really out of the title push.
I mean, if you're a Liverpool fan, you're in shambles right now, to say the least, right?
Yeah,
you lose 2-0 to Everton in the Merseyside derby.
I mean, and Ross talked about it in our shorts this past week. That's a rivalry team's dream to derail your title chances. In Everton, fair play to them. Do it. It's just brilliant. West Ham, on the other hand, they're in an interesting position. Mid-table, they've been struggling in recent weeks. They have a chance here at home against Liverpool to keep the momentum to try and be in Europe. But is there going to be a response? What's your prediction?
So my prediction for this game, I think it's going to be a 1-1 draw, and I'll tell you why really quickly.
Wow.
So Liverpool has had a bad form past couple of weeks, right? You look back to last season where they were poor and they just didn't looked like they didn't have any effort to win the game. They're back there again, exactly in the same spot.
You can't find a goal.
Exactly. So I'm going to say 1-1 draw. Liverpool get one late to tie the game.
Wow.
So
I'm going to go ahead. I think Liverpool will respond. It's going to be 3-1. Let's send it over to Brock.
No comments from me on the Liverpool front. This changes the trajectory of the title push, but they get now West Ham, who knows, man? You just never know what side you're going to see turn up. I'm going to go with a safe pick. I'm going to see Liverpool getting back on track, 3-1.
That brings us to Fulham at the Cottage against Crystal Palace. And this Crystal Palace team of late, they have been flying.
They have been.
Right? Oliver Glasner has, Eze and Mateta looking like some of the best players in the Prem. It's been really interesting to watch. They've won 3 games on the bounce, which this was a team that couldn't buy a goal or a win for most of the season, and they are looking really good, really good. Fulham, on the other hand, they've solidified mid-table. Crystal Palace solidified mid-table. They're right in the same place. I think it's 13th against 14th. They know they're not being relegated. There's no extra heat on this game except for both of these teams want to finish higher in the table, and that's just the reality of it, right? I'm going to go ahead. I have to back my Codgers. We're just a good team. We really are. Nunez will get a goal. He's last couple games hasn't scored. He'll get the goal again. 2-1 to Fulham.
Yeah, you've been talking a lot about Fulham, so Palace has been good too, man.
They really have.
I think this is the toughest one for me personally.
Hard one to pick.
Yeah, I think I'm going to back you in the Fulham. I'm going to back you.
Come on.
I'm going to take 2-1 Fulham. 2-1 Fulham.
London Derby are special. Brock, what do you think on this London Derby?
Fulham, Palace, Fulham at the Cottage. I think this is a recipe for success. I think they'll have to work for it. I could see them going down early, but 2-1 Fulham.
That brings us to Man United playing host to Burnley. Man, I mean, this feels like a not enjoyable game to watch or even talk about, right? Man United were able to call their way back against another relegation team, Sheffield last week.
Yeah.
Burnley, I mean, they're close. They're close, but it just doesn't feel like they're going to have enough to get out of the relegation zone. What's your prediction?
Man United have been poor, but Burnley are Burnley. I think it's going to be 2-0 United. Bruno Fernandes, a pen. Kobe Mino, a goal.
Wow. I'm going to go ahead and back your prediction. Exactly. 2-0 United.
Manchester United playing Burnley, and what this will mean, a proper scrap. United just love to make it hard on themselves. And in a fixture like this, I see them going on to win the game, and I think they'll do it in 2-0 fashion. Højlund get the ball rolling for himself again. Burnley just doesn't seem to be a threat.
That brings us to Newcastle at home against Sheffield United. What's that? You were telling me a fun fact about Sheffield. What was it?
If Sheffield loses this game, they're mathematically relegated from the league. So, I mean, it's kind of a big one, but at the same time, they're not going to come away with it.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to
Newcastle are too good of a side to draw points to Sheffield there. So,
it is interesting, too. Newcastle are coming off of that loss against Palace, but Sheffield, it feels like they're done, right?
Yeah.
What was that prediction you were getting there?
I'm going 3-0 Newcastle.
3-0 Newcastle. I think it's going to be 2-1 Newcastle.
Fair
I don't know why, but
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
Brock, over to you.
Newcastle-Sheffield, I don't have much commentary for this. Give me Newcastle 3-1.
Next game, we have Luton traveling to Wolves. This is an interesting game. You know, I mean, Luton have been poor.
This is one of those games, though. It's end of the season. Luton they have nothing. I mean, they have everything to play for, right? Everything to play for. They win this game. They pick up points in this game. The idea of Luton staying in the Premier League for another year becomes very real.
Especially because City are playing Forest this week.
Right.
So they're most likely going to draw points.
There you go. That's a great point.
Yeah. So
and oh man, everyone, I know I've been talking to a lot of watchers of the channel, and everyone's just like, Kim, let's go Luton. Let's keep them in the Prem. Why not? They're an underdog story.
100%.
Are you going to back them in this game?
100% I am. I am 100% going to back Luton Town. Albert Samuel Okanga, straight from Arsenal. I have to back Luton, bro.
Yeah.
I'm going 2-1 Luton Town. I think it's going to be a thriller of a game.
It has to be, right?
And Luton's going to come away with the win. Get the points they need.
This is one of those games where it's going to be chaos. There's no other way around it. You have a mid-table team that has a lot of talent, but not a lot to play for, against a team that they're gunning for it. I'm going to sit on the fence, though, but in an absolutely thrilling 3-3 draw. In which Luton think they've missed out on 2 points. It's going to be thrilling.
I love that prediction. That's brilliant.
Send it over to Brock. Now let's send it over.
Oh yeah.
Come on, Luton. I'm dying for you to stay up. Wolves, they can be dangerous at times, but sometimes you just don't see them being a team that's going to score a whole lot. I think if Luton was ever going to do some damage, this might be the game. I could see them picking up points here. Call me ridiculous, but I'm going to go 1-1.
Everton play host to Brentford. Two teams coming off of huge results that might have just secured them safety, right? They're above the drop. They look to be smooth sailing. But, I mean, both of these teams still want to get more and more points, right? What are your initial thoughts going into this one?
I really like Brentford. I mean, obviously, this year they haven't been as good as they were last year. They were amazing last year.
I will say, Ivan Toney's been poor in
the ban really got to him, you know.
I
And
guess so.
so I'm gonna back Brentford here, but it's gonna be 2-1. I think Everton are gonna grab one early, and then Brentford. I said Brentford are gonna.
Yeah, Brentford's gonna take the win.
Yeah, take the win.
That's what
you
you were saying. Yeah. And I'm going to go ahead. This is a tough one because I'm with you in the sense of like I don't think Everton have enough offense, but they're at home, and so I'm going to go ahead and go 1-1. Everton set piece. Mbeumo has been brilliant recently, coming back from injury.
He has been good.
He's going to be able to get a goal this weekend.
Wow. Everton off the back of a massive victory. Any Toffee fans that may be here in the roundabouts, wow, what a moment for that club. And now they get a test in Brentford. I could see this game kind of flipping both ways. I'm going to go with the away team taking this one. Brentford with a cheeky maybe 2-1 victory.
That takes us to Aston Villa against Chelsea. Chelsea are coming off of that thumping. Oh my days.
Come on, Gunners.
It's how much money can you spend and you still can't compete?
Yeah.
I mean, they are as mid-table as it gets, right? Oh, man.
Yeah. And
I just can't imagine what it's like being a Chelsea fan.
I can't even. I was actually talking to one of my boys from back home because he's a Chelsea fan, and he's just so disappointed with the team. You know, it's like the lack of effort they show, and they're saying that they're showing that effort, but they're not. I mean, Nicholas Jackson.
Oh my goodness, Chelsea again. You're bummed about this season, right? But you just feel that if they stop underperforming XG by so much, maybe they start to click things into place. The amount of times Jackson gets into just great opportunities to score and just absolutely just screws it up. I mean, he is the definition of, I don't know if you've heard this, $1 million move with a 10-cent finish. That's what he is, right?
Yeah.
He gets in these perfect positions, these great moves, like plays the ball around it. It's just brilliant, and then just always misses the target or plays around the keeper and doesn't even get a shot. It's shocking. Villa, they are looking like they're going to get a Champions League spot.
Yeah.
They're also looking like they might even get a trophy in the Conference League. They're the favorites. Great place to be at the moment. Give me your prediction.
They are a fantastic club. Chelsea's shocking. Cole Palmer's going to be back, I believe, but Enzo Fernandez out for the season. So I'm going to go Aston Villa 3-0 over Chelsea.
Wow. That is a thumping. I have a hard time seeing that happening, though.
You got to go bold, man.
I want to sit there and go Villa because I just love the way they play football, and Ollie Watkins, what a player, huh?
Oh, my days.
But, man, I just have a feeling this one's going to be 2-2. So I'm going 2-2.
Fair enough.
Villa-Chelsea. Chelsea can concede lots of goals. No Cole Palmer really hurts this team. He's the one that's in the mixer creating, and he's been the only one that has a cutting edge for Chelsea, where Villa we see starting to pick up momentum again. And I think that will continue. Having them at home really helps. I think this might be a shootout of a game. If Nicholas Jackson can finish one of his 20 chances, they've got a shot. But I'm going to go Villa 3-2.
Bournemouth versus Brighton for our next match here. What are your thoughts? This is an interesting game this week.
Brighton have been really, really poor recently. And you know what? Bournemouth have been really good.
I agree.
Solanke's really good. They definitely should have probably won that game the other day by more if it wasn't for maybe being on the road and in the red card. But I just think I want to just go ahead and throw out my prediction. I'm going to go with Bournemouth in a 2-1 win. I feel it. I feel it here. It's down the stretch between me and Brock. I need to make some bold predictions, and they need to pay out.
You know what's crazy is I have the exact same prediction. I love Solanke. Philip Billing also is a legend.
Wow.
So class.
Yeah.
So you got to back him. 2-1 Bournemouth.
Come on, Sherry's.
Come on, boys.
I don't think our boy Baker's going to agree with us, but this is our chance to make up some points.
Exactly.
Bournemouth, Brighton. Brighton, especially of late, have, against these big sides, conceded lots of goals. But I love the way that they play the game. It's brave. I'm thinking even when they played City recently, obviously they get boat raced, but to see them being brave and playing out of the back, it's just fun. They're a fun team, and I want to see them get a victory. And so I hope they do it in 3-1 fashion against Bournemouth.
Oh my goodness, that brings us into the game of the week. It is a North London derby between Arsenal and Tottenham. Tottenham hosting in this one.
Mm-hmm.
Every time we get a guest on, we give them just a quick second to just share your thoughts on the season so far. For you specifically, how are you feeling with 4 games left? It's you against City. What's going on?
I mean, so much you could get into, right now. But obviously, I will. But Arsenal, we went through a little bit of a rough patch there. But a couple class wins recently that we really needed. Kai Havertz grabbing 2 goals. Yep. Huge. Saka had a good game last week. Oh my days! What a player! What a player!
He's been a great signing.
I will always back Kai Havertz, apart from when he was at Chelsea, obviously. But yeah. I absolutely love Kai Havertz. Odegaard, my twin, bro. Bellissimo, bro. He is so amazing. But yeah, the boys. I think the boys are cooking. I don't think we're going to lose any more games. It's going to be a tough stretch.
See, and that's the hard part where you're sitting there. You're like, I feel pretty confident. Yes, we have a tough run in games. I feel confident about maybe getting 4 wins.
It's going to be tough.
Is City going to do anything to make it? We'll get to City in a second, but
I think it's
a hard place to be. Right?
I think it really depends on Bukayo Saka, Gabriel Martinelli, Leandro Trossard. That's what it depends on. That's what it comes down to. Saliba's played every minute of the Prem this year. He's not hurt. He's not going to get hurt, I don't believe. But some of the boys are tired. Saka's gassed. You can tell every single game.
I'm going to throw out my prediction.
Yeah, send it.
3-1 Arsenal. I'm going to back the Gunners. I think they'll get the job done. What do you think in this one?
I'm thinking the same thing, actually. Another prediction that just goes to show how similar our ball knowledge is. I'm going to go 3-1. I think we are going to not keep a clean sheet here.
There you go.
Rise kept 14 clean sheets, so we'll let them off with 1, especially against Tottenham. But 3-1 to the Gunners today.
There you go, Brock. Do you agree?
It's the game that will likely decide this season. It's Spurs at home against Arsenal, a North London derby of all North London derbies. Wow. First of all, Arsenal pinging beautiful football. Martin Odegaard, player of the season? I don't know. This is a really tough game. It's hard for me to even pick. It's going to be the game of the week, and I'm going to have Arsenal winning this 1-0.
Last game of the week, Manchester City traveling to Nottingham Forest. This kind of just seems like a little bit of a throwaway game here, in my opinion. But
right.
Let me hear your thoughts.
Yeah, there's obviously 2 storylines, opposite sides of Premier League table. You have a team who's in control of the title, and you have a team that's kind of in control of staying up. But Forest drop points here. We talked about it earlier. Luton and Burnley are clawing to maybe take their spot.
Right.
And so it's a tough ask because they're going against City, who just dismantled Brighton.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't even funny. City 3-0.
Yeah, I'm gonna go City. I'm gonna go. Oh, it's a tough one. I'm gonna go 4-0. They just beat Brighton 4-0. I think it's gonna be another big one.
There you go.
Forrest, if you are ever gonna do it, I need it now. Manchester City are rolling, and they're just the kind of team. Pep Guardiola has created something different within this Manchester City football club, and they just seem to get on these rolls, and it doesn't ever seem to be stopping. And I don't see Forrest being that nail that goes into the tire and takes the City title push off the rails. I have City winning this game 3-1.
Man, oh man, that's going to wrap us up for the week. We're going to throw up the graphic now. As you guys are pondering and looking at Brock and I's predictions for this week, let's have you in the comments. Get in the comments and tell us how amazing it was to have the brilliant Cody on the channel this week, all the way from New York. We appreciate you being here.
Bro, it's a pleasure. I appreciate you bringing me out here, getting me on the channel, bro.
We brought you all the way from New York to get on the channel. It's brilliant.
Oh, yeah.
But to all you guys watching, thank you. And we'll see you next time.
Peace out, boys.